So one of the things that I have really noticed just as a resident, not as a candidate, is that the city needs to invest some energy thinking about its communication and strategy and how it's communicating with residents and also with the media and also in relationship to how city council members view their role on council. This is two kind of pieces of that. So one, I believe that the city needs to come up with a formal communication plan and really be more transparent about who is doing that work, who, when we see posts on social media, like kind of who that's coming from. I think a lot of issues that I've seen in the last year where people get all riled up, it could really be resolved quickly by city staff or leadership or council members being upfront from the get-go. Because when we jump to conclusions, things get all tangled up. So I would like to examine and see if the city has a communication plan right now. I've been doing some research on ones that exist in other communities and like positions, some cities have actual communication managers. We don't really have one right now. So I think that's something that would be interesting to look at. And I think that, very few of us enjoy conflict. And I think that council members do a lot of work in work sessions and they do a lot of work reading their packets ahead of time, as they should. But sometimes that removes the opportunity for constituents to hear their thought process or hear them talking about why they think a certain way or why they're going to vote a certain way. And so when we come into a council meeting and people are just voting up or down, it really robs the town of understanding where they're coming from or what their thought process is. And so I would really like to champion, and I don't know how to do this in a formal way, maybe it's just a part of modeling that, but I would like to champion a culture on council where we can have conversations and even arguments or have discussions and not be scared of having that in public or scared of having our citizens see that happening, because I think that's part of the process and it can make those conversations and those meetings so much richer. So that's something I really, I've noticed that I would like to be vulnerable and work on as a council member. So that's all kind of related to communication. And then the other piece, this might be controversial, but I believe another real piece of leadership is being willing to stick your neck out. And I think that's what I'm doing right now by being a business owner and a mom who's already busy running for city council. And so I don't understand why the city of Berea has not officially been willing to stick its neck out in terms of alcohol. I think that we need to be viewing this as an economic development issue. And it's really frustrating to me to speak to city leaders who say, yes, we 100% want this, but we are not willing to do that. We don't think that it should happen. When I know we have the capacity to do that if we wanted to. And so as we've seen with the most recent petition attempt, and maybe that will still go through, but I really feel like it's silly to not be doing this as a city. And I think that we need to make that a priority in the next 2 years.